everyone, welcome to another video for SimonSaysStamp.com. Today I'm using the Hatter Bean stamp from the Greeting Farm. It's from their new Alice collection. And I'm going to be stamping in Memento Tuxedo Black ink because I'm going to use my Copic markers to color it in. I'm using Express It blending card today. It's a thinner cardstock that works really well with Copics. And I'm using that cardstock because I'm going to be cutting it out in a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and start coloring her skin and then go on to her hair and then her outfit. And I'm going to speed up the coloring process and play some music. So here we go. Okay, now that I have that image done, I'm going to go ahead and cut it out so that I can put it on my card. So I'm using an X-Acto knife and I'm just cutting out the interior areas. There's a little tiny piece up by her hat and then also one down at her feet. So I'm just cutting those out now because it's easier to do that before I cut out the rest of the image. I don't have to worry about the little area down at her feet and possibly bending that cardstock. So I'm cutting it out with some Tim Holtz scissors. I actually prefer the EK Success Cutter Bee scissors, but I just don't have those on hand at the moment. I'm now taking a Copic multi-liner. It's the brush tip, and I'm going around the outer edges of this little cutout image. And by doing this, it makes it so that the edges look more finished. And also, if I didn't have any very good cuts on some areas, it sort of disguises it a little bit. So it's just one of those tips that I like to recommend when you're going to be cutting out any image that's been stamped and you're cutting it all the way up to the very edge of the image. So now I'm scoring my cardstock here, and sorry it's so close, so we'll zoom out in a minute. This is actually a 3 1/4 inch tall card by 5.5 wide. And I wanted to do it that way because I wanted just a little bit of an unusual card. The little image of the little girl is so whimsical. I just wanted something a little bit different. So I'm going around with a white dash line, and that first line that I didn't mean to, but I made it a little squiggly. So then I made the rest purposely squiggly to make it all fit in. I'm using the Chit Chat stamp set from Paper Smooches for the sentiment. I'm just stamping that thanks on some vellum. And I'm going to be embossing, so I'm using an Inkadinkado embossing magic bag for that. It works similar to the EK Success powder tool that I like to use. Both tools work absolutely wonderfully, and I just wanted to make sure that any embossing powder wasn't going to stick to areas where I didn't want it to. So I went ahead and used the embossing magic bag for that. I'm stamping the thanks in Versamark, and then I'm going to be coating it with some American Crafts Zing white embossing powder. And it's going to go on there just right. And the way I made it so that I didn't have any embossing powder sticking to areas where I didn't want it was because I used that embossing bag. So I heated it until it was melted. And then I turned it over onto the back side and used RV17, another Copic color, to color in the image, color in the letters. I then cut out the thanks and it did a little ribbon edge on the very bottom with my scissors. And because it's vellum, you have to kind of be creative when you're attaching it. So instead of gluing it down or adhering it straight down onto my card front, I decided to staple it to the very top edge of the card. That'll leave the bottom edge free, and it can kind of pull up from the card a little bit. Then put the little girl on some foam adhesive and put her down on the card. And by making the card 3 1/4 inch tall, it's the perfect size to just snuggle her in on that one end. I then took a gold gel pen and I just colored in some gold details. I did that band on her hair and then a little swirl on her hat and also the button on her outfit. And that's the card. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.